South, one glove high, one dream loud, no doubt. Crossroads boxing from Yorkshire. Turn the lights up, turn the mics on. Fighter interviews, keep your guard up. When the truth hits, Crossroads boxing from Yorkshire. From the first ring bell to the last big split, pro boxing from Yorkshire.
Good evening, guys. Even
yeah,
I wasn't ready for that. That was quite quick. That.
I know. We need to get the longer intro because that tune's sick. By the way, I'm buzzing.
Is that all 25 seconds is?
Yeah, Ricky, he's been lying to you.
Your ass knows what 25 seconds is, Ricky.
That's what I was getting at.
No, thank you for joining us, guys, whether it's tonight live or when you catch up on YouTube later on. Thank you for joining Crossroads in Boxing with myself, CJ SP8. Hey, it's changed my name to Spate, not SP8, and all my tag and shit.
Oh, that's your problem.
That's your fault.
Right.
That's your fault.
Anyway,
name like that.
moving along. Eric ERF, he's got his tag and everything. I'm not good enough for anything like that. Ricky, the Hands of Stone, Ricky Hand, he's got his tag and everything. Obviously, I'm not good enough for any of that. But we are the team. We're here tonight. We're going to tell you the truth, guys. We're doing it a bit ad hoc. We're doing it a bit freestyle because we were supposed to have a guest tonight, a special guest in Izzy Asif, but he's dropped out, unfortunately, due to commitments. But you are still going to have a banger of a show. Controversial is key. We're on it tonight, guys. So let's hit this show hard. Eric, take it away, man.
Yeah, there's plenty to talk about, really. There's so much going on. This show, like CJ said, we haven't planned anything, so we'll be going left, right, centre, off topic a lot, but join us and let's have a laugh.
I want to know where the other fucking plans are for the other shows now, to be fair, because I ain't seen one plan. I thought this whole show were winging it anyway, so if there's a fucking plan, I want to see it.
Well, the plan wasn't for my son to come in here while I was doing this, but...
Get to bed. Let's get you rock on then.
Oh, God. Now, yeah, there's plenty to talk about. We can go last week, the weekend shows. Obviously, you had Conah Walker versus Pat McCormack. Sorry if you can hear a child squealing in the background. We had Peter McGrail versus Shabaz Masoud as well. The week before that, we had Jeamie TKV beating Frazer Clarke for the British heavyweight title. Also on that card was... I've lost now. Who else was on that card? It was the
Shabaz Masoud, Ferreira, Fisher.
It wasn't the card. I'm on about Ben Whittaker. Sorry, Ben Whittaker as well. Yeah. His first fight for Matchroom, and plenty of PED talks and whatnot's happened in boxing. So let's go for it. Ricky, where do you want to start?
D-Rock Clothing.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, God. Listen, you're in charge. Why are we waiting on me for this? Right, we'll see.
You're the main man.
We'll see you after this.
What the fuck is that? Somebody fucking call the
Why is he doing that?
Lock him up.
Yeah, we don't do
I'm not
that.
having that shit.
That's one theme in Yorkshire we don't support.
Don't talk disgusting.
Anyway, Ricky, we'll go with you. Where do you want to start today? Where are we starting? Where are we hitting it off from?
Let's just. I'm just literally just having a quick Google because so much has happened over the past few weeks with work and boxing. We'll go with Ben Whittaker's card. I'll read out a couple of results that I don't want to touch on. Alfie Middlemiss over Angel Gomez. Port Molly McCann beats Ebony Cotton. That weren't too bad of a fight, to be fair. Ibrahim Suleiman stops Nico Ogbaid, but then Zelfa Barrett gets a good win over Liam Dillon. Points victory, looked pretty good. Let's start there, Eric.
Yeah, Zelfa looked really good. I like Zelfa. Can you hear him in the background?
No,
Yeah,
I can't
no.
imagine.
I'm laughing at any time Ricky fucking pronounces something. It's so Yorkshire, isn't it? Suleiman, Cotton's
Pronounce it like a Russian. Pronounce
Cotton
it fucking spell.
Oh, Cotton.
Cotton didn't do so bad.
It was good to see Zelfa back. Yeah, good performance, polished. He looked well. Moved up in weight. I don't think Joe Gallagher was in his corner for that fight. I think he was there, but I don't think he was in the court. He was in the corner for that fight. But yeah, good performance from himself. Like I said, he's one of my favorite fighters. I've watched him since his debut, even when he lost to Clarke. I think that was the first time he got dropped as well in that fight. He's come back, done well. Unfortunately, at world level, he just came up short. But it's good to see him back. Looks flowing. What I've realised though, that tick seems to have gone away as much, because he had that tick where he kept, like, you know, when he's singing, he always flicked his neck, and he didn't seem to do it as much this fight. But yeah, punch selection really good. I felt like he could have used the uppercut a bit more. It was there for him to use. But yeah, good performance. On to the next. See if he can step up in level and move on.
Where, CJ, I don't know if you caught the fight, so you don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, but where, after that win, looking sharp, boxing well again, looking like the Barrett of old, do you think he can elevate to the status he wants to get to?
Is that me? Eric took
a breath. Wait.
I didn't know.
That's the reputation you're going to fucking rant that.
I didn't know. No. Go on, CJ. I've said my piece.
Oh, thank you. I didn't watch it. No, I'm joking. He did well. He looked well. I do think Zelfa can get there. I think the thing that I like about Zelfa, not the only thing, but I do think the thing I like about Zelfa, maybe what the public like, is he does have an air of vulnerability about him, that he can be beaten, he can have off days, he can not turn up at the office. And then he's also got that equalising power that we've seen before. I think that's what we said on the last one, Eric, in it, about that Donovan back in COVID. Yeah. You know, when he needed to pull it out of the bag, he pulled it out of the bag. Do I think he can get to world level, or is there? I don't think he's quite there at the minute. I do think if he has the right opponent in front of him and he turns up, yes, I do think he could be. Is he ready for a world title shot? No, I don't think so. I think he needs to be tested higher, at a much higher level, slowly, breaking him in. He's had a lot of fights under his belt now, Zelfa, but he's still not at that level for me. But he has improved under Gallagher, definitely.
Yeah. We'll move on then. Aaron Bowen, he got the split decision loss against Tom Colin. I don't recall catching this fight, so I might not have actually seen this one. Eric, did you catch that fight?
No, I didn't. I was in and out of that fight. It was on, but I was in and out of it. I know it was good fight because my Twitter was going off in a group chat, but I was in and out being a parent, and I wasn't really.
Cameron Vong then against Gavin Gwynn, majority decision draw. I think Cameron Vong got the winning scorecard. I don't know if I even scored that fight. I'll have to take a look, but I enjoyed that fight. I thought it was really good. Good clash of styles. I know they fought before, I believe. I think I was favouring Vong a little bit, but what do you guys make of that fight?
Go on, Siege.
Yeah, they have fought before, and I do think I had Gavin Gwynn up. I remember, I think it was like a year to the day, or just before a year to the day that they fought. When they fought, does that make sense?
November last year.
Yeah, my Facebook post came up the morning after, and I'd put fucking robbery. Gwynn's been robbed or something like that. So I obviously had Gwynn up then. I had Gwyn up again on this one. I thought it was close. Just to one of them or the styles that just gel nicely. Vong's got a lot to learn. Gwyn is at his level. You know what you're going to get with Gwyn. Every single time. He's tough. He comes forward. Gary Lockett obviously trains him to the bone because he's fit as a fiddle. I mean, the engine on the man is absolutely crazy. He's hard as a coffin nail. Vong, for me, showed no power. And
he doesn't. No.
For Vong's team and Matchroom saying now this is a stepping stone, and you do get your tough stepping stones, there's no question about that. We saw that with Conor Ben young in his career when he boxed that Payno. Payno's at the same level now, but Conor struggled at that time. I think Vong is going to go on to improve, but he does not have the power to finish people or even make people back off, and that is a worry. You know, we know what we're getting out of Gwyn. Is that all we're going to see out of Vong early in his career? That's what I'm going to say.
The thing about that as well is, like I say, as he steps up in that caliber of opponent, he's got to have that punch and power to be able to keep these guys off him. Otherwise, he seriously is going to struggle. So the man needs to get to the gym, get some strength training in, and get more rotation and more sit down on those shots a little bit more. So about being a great boxer, if you can't keep them off you, it's proven over the years you will be found out. Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a good fight. Close. I wasn't mad at the draw. I really wasn't mad at the draw because I felt like Gwyn did enough for a draw. If he was going to lean anyway, I'd have leant towards Cameron. Cameron sort of nicked a round or two late on to save him, really. I think maybe he nicked a ninth round or something like that, because the early rounds, Cameron boxed really well. He boxed really well. The first 2-3 rounds boxed really well. Gwyn was coming in but getting touched up. I think after 3 sort of changed, Gwyn got a round back. Then Cameron, and you thought, all right, Cameron will take away. Gwyn gave his best. Cameron's come back, won the round, and then after that, I just felt like it was Gwyn. He was putting the pressure on. Cameron looked tired. His punches wasn't having an effect on Gwyn's forward momentum. And I felt like maybe a late round, he really dug in. I think maybe the 9th round, he really dug in Cameron and won that round. And when they did a draw, I wasn't surprised. I felt like it was probably the best close for both guys. In that, it was the best outcome for both guys, in my opinion, for what they put out there. If you've not got power, you've got to be able to outbox these kids, and your legs need to be strong. And Cameron Vaughn, he struggled late on in that fight. The second half of that fight, his legs, he was treading in mud. It seemed like his legs had gone. He was there to be hit, and it wasn't as if like he was standing and trading too much. It's as if Gwyn was just mowing him down, and he couldn't get away. It wasn't a choice of his to slug. Go on.
The problem is it's all right having, like, you don't need the knockout power. You don't need to be finishing every fight that you come across if you can box as well as what you can box with as Cameron Vaughn. But if you don't have that sting that you're going to make fighters respect you, like Devin, if Devin Haney didn't have that sting, people would just walk through him. The come forward fighter would just walk, eat his shots, and then try and get to him. So
your job needs to
have something. Otherwise, you really are going to struggle. Or you've got to be that good. You've got to have that much energy. You can just zoom around and run around that ring all night long. Performance by both fighters. If like you said, if that result would have gone Vaughn or Gwyn, you'd have probably said controversial. So the draw probably is the right decision. CJ would have Gwyn. I sort of watching it, not scoring it, favoured Vaughn. Eric Vaughn. There's a couple of comments that like both fighters. So it was a great fight, boys, and a good jealous styles, and that fight does deserve a trilogy. The main event is the Matchroom Showcase debut bout for Ben Whittaker against Benjamin Gavazi. There's not really much to discuss. We didn't know what Gavazi was like. We kind of knew he's just going to be one of those records where his built an undefeated record abroad. He's not really being in with anyone. It looks impressive. Ben Whittaker just comes out and just absolutely zooms him.
I think the highlights of that fight, the ring walk is longer than the fight.
Yeah, it's the greatest Kraus ring walk, isn't it? It's one of those where he needed that. Like, he had to look that impressive, and it did just that. It was brilliant. It was brilliant matchmaking and promotion under Eddie and for me.
I'll be honest with you, it's exactly the same as what they did with Boots when Boots moved up to 154. They put an opponent in there with that is going to make the record looks good. You need to go out there and do your job. The promoters, your team, your management, they did their job by getting you a guy who's not of the level, but with a good record. And Ben Whittaker did it, and that's what he needed after coming away from Boxer and all that shenanigans with the Liam Cameron having to fight him twice. He needed that. He needed that air of I'm back. He needed that backing, and yeah, good performance. It's not much you can take from the performance, to be fair, but he slept him, and the knockout was fantastic. I'll say that.
CJ, he got the win, he got the knockout, he did it in style. He got called out as well by the guy that was supposed to be on tonight for greatest Kraus. Is that a fight that you could see being made next year? Now, Eric doesn't think so. He don't think it makes sense, but we've had that discussion. We think they're roughly not far off the same level.
Yeah, I know Izzy was that was going to be one of our main points of getting on at him tonight. I know Izzy was calling for that fight. I can see why Izzy and the team, Kraus, want that fight. Whittaker's a big name, regardless of what he's achieved or hasn't achieved yet. He is a big name. He's selling tickets. He's controversial. He's all over social media. I can't see it happening, truthfully. I think it's the right fight, Ricky, like you say. I think it's perfect. I think they're at that same point. The difference being Whittaker has the bigger promotion, the bigger team behind him. He's got the pedigree background. Truthfully, I don't know Kraus's amateur background, so I can't speak on that. But obviously, Whittaker being an Olympian, I'd love to see that fight. It won't happen. I mean, Gavazi on paper looked a fantastic fight. You know, he had a great record on him, knockouts on it, but it was padded. Do you know what I mean? Records are for DJs. There was no one on there. There was no one there of any substance whatsoever. We need to see, going back to our last fight, we need to see Whittaker fight a Gwyn, if that makes sense. We need to see a real tough, not journeyman, gatekeeper, if you like. We need to see him put in the trenches. Go on, mate.
Did he not have that in Cameron, though?
I suppose the Cameron fight was a bit of a shock. I think Whittaker probably underestimated Liam. Liam put up a brilliant performance. We then saw what happened afterwards. There's tales of Cameron's not had the greatest camp on the second time. We'll never sort of know on that. We need a real tough fight with rounds in. Yes, Cameron gave him a tough fight, but I also don't think Whittaker was the same. Maybe the camp wasn't right. I'm not sure. There's a lot of ifs and buts in the Cameron section of his career. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking there, what you're saying is he needs that guy who could put him on his ass, see how he responds, how he recovers, how he takes that shot. Liam Cameron, we need to see pressure, putting him under pressure. He needs that.
We need to see
test
a Cameron-esque fight again to put him to the kosh and to see how he reacts this time. I think personally, I mean, I don't think it'll happen because it's too soon. If the Kraus fight ain't going to happen, this ain't going to happen. But a Dan Aziz would be perfect. I think Dan Aziz is probably a little bit too more seasoned for Whittaker at the minute. But down the line, that's the fight I would be looking for.
He's out very soon as well, isn't he, Eric?
Yeah, him and Richards are fighting in Ghana. Yeah, in Ghana. Yeah, I think
is it Nigeria?
Nigeria.
Ricky, we need to pull some comments up. I think, lads, we've got about 40.
Yeah, not a bad shout.
Yeah, but before we just go to comments, I don't think Whittaker fights anyone like that. I think Eddie showcases him in America, gets him some American opponents who they know, because Eddie wants to build his next superstar. That's his mission. His mission is to build the next superstar. It's all about pay-per-view buys and eyes now for Eddie. I think for me personally, I think Whittaker should stay where he's at, as in the British level fighters go through that scene, because you've just beat Cameron twice. You've gone away, you've changed promotion, you've done that. I think going through the likes of Dan Aziz, Craig Richards, you've got Willie Hutchinson, you've got all these guys who've got names in Britain who he can be fighting, but I don't believe Eddie will do that. Anyway, let's go to the comments.
What do you think?
No, go on. You can pull them up, okay?
Sorry, mate. Siege. I meant Siege. Go on, Siege. What do you think?
Libster up the Yorkshire lads. Hello, Libster. Thank you for tuning in again, mate. You're always here. Is that our Dan? Is that Dan?
That's
our
Dan. Yeah.
That's Dan.
Yeah.
That's Dan.
Big up,
Queen's
Dan.
Park
All right,
Rangers
pal.
fan.
Fucking Doyle. Hey up, Jack. How are we, son? Boom.
Jackie G.
Wems. Am I saying
Wems,
that right?
That's a new commenter. Thanks for tuning in, Wems. We appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning in.
It means a lot.
Cormac Dillon.
Jack's the Cormac
Dillon. He tagged him on the boxing league the other day, and he said, "Don't forget to do this," and he didn't even do it. So we fucking forgot. Didn't he?
I didn't do it.
Dan.
Oh
my God.
That's to do with your Leeds top.
Yeah, it had to be. It's all it could be. We have George Gabriel. Gabriel Palmer.
Gabriel Palmer, hi. Hello, Gabriel. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Wagwan.
Jack's Big Trey in the building.
Trey, top man. Thank you for all your chances and opportunity.
And we've got Red Corner Boxing, Mr. Neutral, and Jams. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Who else we got? I edged it. They edged it. Vaughn. Jack had it. Gwyn. First fight and draw this time. Yeah, the draw's not. I don't think a draw was bad. A bad decision at all. And we don't normally say that about cards.
No, I think a draw for Gwyn was a win, really, after that first fight.
Yeah.
Gwyn did better in the first fight.
Who's that? Day in the headlights at times.
Oh, we get that a lot.
You need to be able to have something to get that respect. I think he's on about the power.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah. Dan says Ben Whittaker's performance is class. Sonny Edwards had 0 power and was world champion. Yeah, but Sonny Edwards was 5 stone wet through.
Sonny Edwards was world class, Mr. Gladman. World class.
And it is Whittaker real one or a hype job?
Let me just jump on this one, lads, quickly. Do you? I read today that the talks that he's already in signings for Josh Buatsi fight, Whittaker.
There's a comment about this further down. Buatsi.
He ain't fighting. I spoke to Buatsi's manager, and I've seen Eddie's response to what Eddie got asked about it, and he basically said, "Well, our plan is to showcase him in America." Buatsi wasn't really the level we were stepping to. They are not going to take that fight yet.
I just want to have this out now because I think this will piss Eric off. CJ, answer this. Do you think so you go for performances, right? That performance we had with Buatsi, does Whittaker beat that Buatsi
from the other night?
From the other night, yeah.
Does he beat that Buatsi? I would say it was less of. The performance from Buatsi wasn't a good performance, but you also had a guy who didn't want to fight. You had a guy who didn't want to fight. Yeah, it's two different.
Does the younger, fresher, the faster fighter against that Buatsi that was so flat-footed, not really throwing one shots, not really committing, not really being able to work out his opponent? Does Whittaker defeat that Buatsi?
I don't think
Ben Whittaker beats Buatsi yet. I don't believe he beats him yet.
I think Buatsi's lost his fucking firepower, man. I don't think his guns are working at the minute.
I've
Do you know when we're talking about that punch test?
Trainer. It's got to be trainer.
It's a great test. It's a great test for that.
For me, how Buatsi fought before he went to Virgil Hunter. That Buatsi doesn't lose to any of these guys. The Buatsi we've got now, I don't know what's going to happen. I generally don't know what's going to happen.
I'll put this into the ether and the algorithm of you socialites and all this into the internet. That Whittaker knocks out Zach Parker, because I believe if Josh Buatsi was boxing with his firepower that he used to in his killer instinct, he would have knocked out.
That way around, I can agree with that.
But if you're saying that and how close that fight were, and you're saying Whittaker smokes Parker.
Yeah, but it's on how the fighters fought. It's on how the fighters fought. The way Parker fought, I don't believe that that he would stand with Ben. He fights like Ben would just chase him down. Ben would chase him down and stop him. Buatsi, that's what he should have done. I don't know why his corner let him be so patient, just keep following him around. I'm not sure what happened, but Parker's performance in that was just non-existent. Taking a knee 7 times in a fight is ridiculous.
No, I know what you mean, and I know what you're saying, but
I don't think the performance from both of them wasn't good.
No, it was shocking.
And I can see what you're saying off of that. I don't know what I can see saying off of the performance, but that performance, I don't think Joshua Buatsi fights like that. That's not how he fights. And Parker I don't know what Parker.
What I'm saying is you see it, and this is the beauty of the showcasing fights that Matchroom can do, because 1 minute you've got Liam Cameron making Whittaker really work for a win, really struggle. All of a sudden he became a quitter. He was getting pegged left, right, and center. Now,
that's the
he gets the win over this Gavazi, who very strategical, great performance and good win. And now all of a sudden we're throwing him in with names with Buatsi, who, over the years has performed at a very high. Didn't get to the level we wanted him to get to a degree, but now we're also putting Whittaker straight away in that mix that we wouldn't have put him in last year. That's how good
I don't think Whittaker belongs at that level yet. I think the likes of Dan Aziz and Craig Richards is still a hard fight for him. A very hard fight for him.
Massively hard fight.
And it's proven that Joshua Buatsi's levels above the likes of Craig Richards at this point, and Dan Aziz. So for me, like, I get what you're saying. Just a performance like he put on. What was it? 45 seconds or a minute and 45 seconds or something. People are automatically going to put him in or put his name in with people who's had a bad performance. You know what I mean? But there's different levels. I think Ben Whittaker certainly can fight. Will be able to fight at that level. I just hope match him tough up until then. So he's in, proving himself each time. Maybe you can take a tune-up fight or whatever, but put him in fights where he's proven himself, so his stock gets bigger. And then every time you say, "Oh, well, will he beat this guy?" Let's see will he beat that guy, because I think Dan Aziz, Craig Richards, anyone like that at British level, he should be fighting, because they're a step up from Liam Cameron.
Right now, then.
Go on.
I'm just going to say right now, CJ and Eric, both of you, who would you like to see Ben Whittaker fight next?
Go on, Eric.
Winner of Richards versus Aziz.
Yeah. Siege.
Winner of Richards, Craig Aziz, or who's Hutchinson fighting?
He's fighting
I don't.
Ezra Taylor. Ezra Taylor.
Winner of Hutchinson Taylor's a good fight for him, or if
I like
not,
that as well.
Kraus. Gotta be.
Yeah,
he's
or
fucking.
maybe they've
I
been
want-
sort of chasing tail with this Waxy fight. Zach Parker, maybe.
I hope Izzy can get Kraus in with one of these British names, because if he's calling out Ben Whittaker, like I said before, Eddie and Ben's team, they are not going to entertain it, because as good as Kraus is, he hasn't
It's
got
not
a
that, innit?
name. He hasn't got a name for Ben Whittaker to go out of his way to fight him. Ben Whittaker's already done that once. He's already done that once, where he's gone and fought somebody because they're calling him out, and it was that, what's he called? What was it? Was it that Nigerian guy who fought the other time, other week?
Yeah.
I can't remember
I know what you
his
mean.
name. Who slapped the egg? He must slap the egg on thingy, but he's already done that once. They're not going to do it. Eddie ain't going to do that. So I'd like Kraus to get in with one of these British names, the likes of Ezra Taylor, Willie Hutchinson, any of those guys, or even for Ben Whittaker. I feel like Izzy and Kraus to go after those names, because if Ben aren't going to take them, you taking them and beating them will make people want Ben to fight you. That's the aim of the game. If the guy isn't gonna, if your name isn't big enough for the main guy to fight you, go and fight the people, the guys that everybody wants the main guy to fight, and he's not. So fight Dan Aziz, fight Craig, fight Willie Hutchinson. You beat those. Your ring walk with you, everything you're doing, that will become big, and people will want to see you in with Ben Whittaker. Because I also think Matchroom are taking Ben Whittaker to the States. I don't think Ben Whittaker will be based over here.
Two things. One, I'm just reading through comments on my own. Hi, Mom. Thank you for tuning in. And Mr. Neutral, yeah, I'm a cut man, mate. So I got to be backstage with Dave and Sonny other week, just to answer that question.
CJ, you know you can click on comments, can't you? You can click on comments, can't you?
Mine can't load them up, no. I'm on
Shall we
move on?
Shall we move on from Whittaker, because he's doing me head in now?
Yeah.
We'll go on to TKV versus Clarke.
During the same night, we had the BBC show. Read out a couple of the results here that I wanted to. I didn't even get to watch any of these fights on TV. I don't think neither. Jack Massey got a TKO win. You got Brandon Goldsmith again on points. Bobby Dalton lost on unanimous decision. Francesca Hennessy won on a unanimous decision as well against Fabiana Batiki. She called somebody. Fuck off. She called somebody out. Was it Shannon Courtney after the fight?
I fancy that. I fancy that fight a lot.
Yeah. Who would you have?
I think Shannon Courtney's with MVP now, so and she's fighting on Friday. She's fighting on a Thursday night or something, or Wednesday night.
Yeah, she is on YouTube, I think.
I think Shannon Courtney's got a lot of vulnerability about her. I believe, I may be wrong here, I'm digging this out of the old memory bank. She boxed that Rachel Ball like years ago.
Yeah.
Who was, I thought Ball beat her to a team, and I mean, like, hammered her all over. I think Shannon rides a lot off her name and how much promotion she's got. That's not disrespecting what she's done in the sport, but I do think if there's anybody to get beat, Shannon could be. And I think Fran Hennessy has improved leaps and bounds, absolutely leaps and bounds. And I think she's doing a great job. I mean, everyone was excited about Michael Hennessy, but Fran's actually smashing it.
Yeah, I actually watched her fight. Her footwork is so good. Hand speed, she's very quick. She's flashy in the ring. She likes to entertain. You can see that. She enjoys it. She got beat by Rachel Ball. Yeah, she did get beat. Courtney did, Courtney, she lost the title to Rachel Ball. Did have a rematch?
She beat Ebony Bridges as well, actually.
And that's where I was about to go on to that. The reason why Shannon's got a name is because her and Ebony had that beef before for a few fights when Shannon first turned pro. Then they fought. She beat Ebony. And Shannon, to be honest, she should have done a lot more in women's boxing than she has, but as she had mental health issues and stuff like that. She fell out of love with boxing.
Yeah.
She stopped boxing for a while. So that's one of the reasons why she's here right now. She's with Jake Paul. Jake Paul signed her. She's fighting, I think, on the 16th. I think she's fighting on the AJ versus Jake Paul workout. I think the workout. She's fighting on that night. They've got 3 fights on that night.
That's good.
And she's fighting on that night. Ebony Bridges is back as well. She's just signed with Jake Paul and MVP. She's back on the she's back on the 3rd of January in Puerto Rico. I saw that today on her YouTube.
I tell you what I will say, guys, is I'm a massive pusher, promoter of women's boxing. When years and years ago, I was lucky enough by England Boxing to be granted to be a Yorkshire Talent Pathway coach for a female team. We took a squad. We took the best in Yorkshire over to WHITKER Box Cup final in an all-female tournament. So I've always been a big believer, a strong pusher of women's boxing. Jake Paul has done fantastic things for women's boxing. You can say what you like about him, think he's a cock, whatever, but credit where credit is due. He's giving a lot of limelight and a lot of money to the sport for women. So hats off to him for that. He's doing a great thing for him.
Well, his last 3 signings, his last 3 signings, or 2 signings anyway, he's got Ebony Bridges, he's just signed. He's also signed Caroline Dubois, has just signed as well. So I think I was going to ask Izzy as well. I think it seems to be MVP and GBM that seems to be really focusing on the ladies at the moment. MVP are obviously signing the established women in the game, the world champions, the ones who's been there, seen it really, and GBM getting them from the grassroots. They've got a lot of young female talent coming through their doors as well. So yeah, like I said, CJ, you think about him, I've always said as a promoter, he's a very good promoter in boxing, a really good promoter. And now what he does for the ladies and the cards they're on, and how he even promotes them, the promotional videos and stuff like that, what they get, it's brilliant for him. Absolutely brilliant for him.
Yeah.
I want to move on from Jake Paul because he's I don't like the guy. Main event: Frazer Clarke versus TKV. Disappointing result in Clark's perspective. I thought TKV boxed really well, did really well. Split decision. Did any of you guys have it close? Did any of you guys see it the other way? Also, Frazer Clarke losing this fight for me. Does he get off the domestic scene, or is he sort of stuck there now? TKV can really push on over that after Adelaide, maybe hopefully get the Adelaide rematch for him. But what happens with Frazer Clarke now? And did you think there was a split decision there for him?
No.
Where we go? Who are we asking, Rick?
Go on, Eric.
I'll go. No. It wasn't a split decision at all. I don't know what the judges was scoring or doing. After three rounds, Frazer Clarke did nothing. He did not win a round after 3 rounds for me. He tried to bully a guy that is used to being lent on, used to people having weight on him. He tried to bully him and he gassed himself out. He was on the inside throwing body shots with Jeamie. Jeamie was throwing 5-6 body shots in close. Clarke was throwing big hooks to the body. There was landing, but it was only 1s and 2s. It wasn't really. Jeamie was allowing him to do it because he was working as well on the inside. And for Clarke's gas tank, it's not the best. And yet again, it proved that. I think his corner was absolutely awful. The 11th round, at the end of the 11th round, when he went back to the corner, Angel Fernandez, everybody in that arena could see Frazer Clarke could barely stand up. Angel Fernandez said to him, "I'm going to stop it." Frazer, being a fighter, saying no, but not really responding to the instructions of the corner or responding to what the corner was asking him. He was looking down. Even when he came back out, I felt like the referee as well, I think because of who it was, with it being Frazer Clarke and it being obviously the BBC first show, Ben Shalom and stuff like that. I think they tried giving him the benefit of the doubt, but that fight should have stopped. He shouldn't have made it to the end of that round. And it was only because TKV was also gassed himself that he was winging shots in that he wasn't setting up. But yeah, I don't think it was a split decision at all.
No, I agree. I thought TKV seemed to be too much for him. That comment underneath, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your name, but thank you for tuning in. You know,
why can't you pronounce that?
It does not like Inoue.
Why can't you pronounce that?
I don't know, it's a troll. It's some troll. Hey, listen, if you
is it an Inoue guy?
Listen,
we know we've made it. We've made it. We've got a troll.
That is Simon in Japanese, guys. Just so you know, you need to get a bit more.
Wait there, no, he's got a name. Wait, Kazuya.
Hiya. Oh, Hiya. Great! Go on, Ricky.
Kawa.
Go on, Ricky.
Hiya, Kawa. Kazuya. Hiya, Kawa. Mate, I am shit with names, me.
I thought he was playing high. I thought he was playing fucking higher all over the cards, then, mate. Higher.
Fucking hell. But no,
Red Corner Boxing said David Adelaide would beat both of them in the ring at the same time. I disagree.
The thing is David Adelaide, he had that chance for TKV. We're getting his head boxed off, and only because I think it was Bob, what's
Williams.
he called now?
Bob
Williams smacking fucking TKV's hand down, and Adelaide twatted him one, and that was game over. Adelaide, he's got a lot to prove for me. I'm not too keen on him. But yeah, we've got to wait there. Kazuya, I think pound for pound. Oh, this guy's every troll. This guy's every troll.
Yeah, he's gonna get snapped soon.
Right, boys.
Go on. Mr. Hayakawa. Konnichiwa. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see our podcast has reached Japan. We're finally getting international, boys.
I seriously hope he's Japanese after that.
Frazer Clarke got robbed, if you ask me. I think he won every round. Listen, Eric, no. I've been accused of giving TKV stick in the past because I have given him stick in the past. He's not entertaining. I don't enjoy his fighting style, but credit where credit is due.
You sound like Eddie Hearn.
I wish I had his fucking bank account, mate. That's for sure.
I'll tell you what, though, TKV managed to win a British title.
TKV
Delicious didn't manage to get to his second fight.
I'm going to ignore that. I mean, I'm going to go into he's going to get two compliments from me. He won his British title and he boxed well, and he's got a great set of takes on him. I'll give him.
Oh, he has got titties. He has got titties, right?
Frazer, the original question of where Frazer is now, I mean, his gas tank is fucking horrific. There was just nothing in there. But what I would like to say is that the last round, before he went into that last round, his corner man was saying to him repeatedly, Frazer, look at me. Frazer, are you listening? Frazer, Frazer, Frazer. And he didn't reply or respond or look up once. So that's bad corner man from me. I would have pulled my fucking fighter straight out of there because he could have quite easily. Everyone likes to see a knockout, and it's the heavyweight boys, okay? But he could have quite easily been knocked unconscious. And from the past, from what's happened with him with Fabio, I just thought that was absolutely shite cornering. I wanted to say that.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Yeah, no, let's move on, boys. Let's move on to last weekend. the Shabaz Masoud and Peter McGrail card. First up, we had Sean McComb against Hugo McAleef. I really thought Sean McComb turned up, did a really good number. I have not really seen somebody so naturally cut off the ring as well as what Sean McComb doing was on that night. McAleef couldn't get away from him. There's not many fighters. We were going about fighters cutting off the ring and being a pressure fighter. McComb was not a massive puncher, but he cut the ring off, bullied McAleef. His shot selection was near enough punch perfect. He was so accurate. His shots were stinging. I was really impressed with him. I didn't know much about McAleef. He was the only Monte Carlo fighter on that card. What did you guys make of it? I thought Sean McComb did a great job shutting him out.
I didn't watch the first fight of the card. I missed the first one.
I thought Sean McComb did fantastic. But I don't want to read too much into it because I don't know how or didn't know of McAleef before. And again, I know we said this, Ricky, on the phone the other day. It was quite a strange card to be at when there was only McAleef that was actually from that area, if you like. But yeah, he did well. He looked sharp. Fantastic footwork. I don't know where he goes from here in sense of who's next in line or what they're planning from him, but I'm excited to watch him go again, definitely.
Eric, you didn't catch it, so I'll move straight on. Conah Walker, Pat McCormack. Pat McCormack.
Are we not talking about what's her name?
This fight was next. This fight was next, weren't it?
Oh, was this?
So this one next on. So
I didn't even realise that it was. I
thought
McCormack. Go on. Sorry.
I thought Pat McCormack boxed really well in the first couple of rounds. Conah Walker pressing him, pressuring him, landing the shots early, doing the damage. It was very back and forth all the way through this. I had Pat McCormack slightly up. I think it was by like one round going into the 12th. Boom, exhausted, takes a big punch through the ropes. It's over. That's all she wrote. Pat McCormack can come back from this. It's a great performance by Walker and a great win for him against an amateur pedigreed fighter. I know we've seen a few comments where they say amateur pedigree doesn't matter, but for me, it gives you a great foundation and great building blocks to be able to push on with your professional career and advance to the next stages in that career a lot earlier than most can. Conah Walker did really well. What did you guys make of that fight? What that performance, Eric?
Really good fight. Really good fight. Both men, to be honest with you, deserves the plaudits for how that fight went. I said in the group chat, not group chat, my mate messaged me saying, what did I make of it? And I just said experience. I think experience won Conah Walker that fight. Pat McCormack did really well early. But what I liked from Conah Walker, which is exactly what I wanted from Echo Esserman with Jack Cattrall, was make the boxer work. Make him work early. You are not going to win the early rounds. No matter what you do, you're not going to win. Unless you land a big shot, you're not going to win the early rounds. So as you're losing those early rounds, make them work. Make the gas tank. Lower the gas tank a little bit, work the body, keep them moving, make them uncomfortable. So when it gets later on, as good as boxing skills as you got, you haven't got your legs to help you. You've then got to stand there. And I thought Conah Walker did absolutely brilliantly. The first few rounds, I think 3 rounds in, Pat McCormack was boxing really well. Looks like he was on his way to just a nice boxing performance. But when it became a scrap, he stood there and fought as well. He didn't shy away. So, yeah, for me, I don't think you can take anything away from Pat McCormack. He'll definitely come back. I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again because I think the skills he displayed in there, even the heart as well, because he was hurt quite a few times in there, especially late before the knockout. And he stayed in there, he was fighting. But fair play to Conah Walker. It's a well-deserved win and a good stoppage, another one for him. And it just shows when fighters have been through the fire, they know what to expect, and I don't think McCormack knew what to expect, but he will do now. I think that's a good learning fight for him.
Yeah, 100%. So I had Pat McCormack 105, 103, winning to that 12th round siege. I thought his boxing skills were the difference maker at the time. But Conah Walker did prove in the end far too much for him when it came to the pressure, and it exhausted McCormack. Big learning lessons for both fighters. I've been watching McCormack and his brother since the British Lionheart days on Box Nation. Where do you see, for elevation-wise, then Conah Walker, for his profile, CJ, how much good does that do for him beating the likes of somebody as Pat McCormack? But also, how do you see Pat McCormack rebuilding?
Easily. Firstly, shout out to the Berkeley boys. Them amateurs that they have made up there are no fucking joke, man. The McCormack brothers, Joe Laws, all French. Is it Callum French? They have made some seriously tough boys up there. Pat comes again. There's no doubt in that. He has put up such a good performance again against a really tough and seasoned Conah Walker, who's absolutely excelling with his team, Jamie Moore and Travis and Dave Allen. He just got taken into deep waters, lads, and there is no shame in that whatsoever. Conah could do that. Not to say Conah isn't going to go further, but going back to what I've mentioned with Gavin Gwynn and Vaughn, you will get that performance out of Conah every single time he steps in that ring. Pat's never had that. Pat's never been dragged to the trenches. It won't take much rebuilding whatsoever. It wouldn't even surprise me if they put him straight into another tough fight after he's had a bit of a rest, because Pat's got a fantastic pedigree. Like you've just said, Ricky, he was a British Lionheart. He did fantastic in there. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. He just needs to come back and go again. He's young enough. He doesn't need to rebuild. Just come again. For Conah, fantastic for his career. It's always amazing for someone to take on a prospect and actually get that win when there's so much promotion behind him and a strong team. I don't think the fight would happen again. I can't see Pat's team taking it. I think I would avoid that. I don't see the benefits from it.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Johnny Fisher. I said that the Johnny Fisher taking the Dave Allen rematch.
Oh, we've bypassed
although Pat didn't get away with a win, I think certain fights are tough at this level that you don't need to run it back, because even the Ben Whittaker versus Cameron, I didn't really want Ben Whittaker to run it back. I didn't think he should have done on his part, because you could have moved on. It was just the drama surrounding it he needed to clear up. But yeah, Pat McCormack doesn't need that fight again. Conah Walker will probably fight, I think someone said it here, Crocker, for the world title as a defense for Crocker. I think they fought before, and Crocker came out on top just. So I think that's a good reward for Conah as well, coming off his last 3 performances. A title shot against Crocker, which is probably the easiest shot at a title you're gonna get at this point at welterweight. So I think he certainly deserves it from that performance. And yeah, we did forget about Johnny Fisher. What did you two make of Johnny Fisher?
Well, we didn't actually, because it was the next fight on.
Right, the next one now.
Johnny Fisher's comeback war for me a disaster, really. I thought legitimately he got knocked down in that first round. I thought it was hurt. He was hanging on for dear life. Against somebody again that was an unknown puncher. Almost like it was almost set up like the Ben Whittaker Gavazi fight. I thought he showed his level in there currently, and I think he's going to need a bit more learning, a bit more work before he can elevate to the heights that originally they thought he was going to propel to. And I kind of think with Eddie Earns after fight interview, he sort of mentioned it as well about Johnny Fisher getting hurt and being sort of one punch away from being back to where he were. So Siege, I don't know if you agree with that, but I thought a bit of a disaster for him, really.
Yeah, really, really disappointed in it, to be honest with you. I was excited. I was really looking forward to seeing the Johnny Fisher with Tony Sims. Obviously, Tony Sims runs his fighters into the ground for fitness levels, which is something Fisher's always needed. I thought his style would have changed completely. I thought he'd have been a lot more composed. No, he went in there as Johnny Fisher does. Bull in a China shop, Romford bull in a China shop. And he got caught. He looked daft. It was a legitimate lockdown for me because the knockdown that counted for Fisher, a couple of rounds on, Fisher pushed him. You seen him actually push the man down to the floor. He was lucky. He was lucky and he got away with that one. He's not going to get away with it when he steps up his performances, when he steps up his opponents, sorry. Fisher, for me, after that performance, struggles with all of our domestics. TKV, Adelaide, I'm not, Ward is no miles above.
Hodge is a world champion.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But domestic-wise, he struggles with every single one of them.
Reactpour is only at that level still currently.
Reactpour will absolutely knock 7 shades of shite out of Fisher.
Exactly. So for me, he's probably Southern area level currently.
Even the stoppage, the guys, I don't know what you two thought of the stoppage, but for me, I felt like those 3 knockdowns. It just, the timing of the knockdowns for me was after 3 rounds, and this guy somehow got gassed from just hitting Fisher. By the way, I don't know why Fisher was hurt, and this guy said he was gassed. Didn't make any sense to me. The 3 knockdowns were soft shot, wasn't big shots. That I felt like that kid took bigger shots in the first 2 rounds, way bigger shots in the first 2 rounds from Johnny. Johnny Fisher, at this point, he said it himself. He's he's Romford United or whatever it is. He's always going to have a fan base. He is a likable character, a likable person. So he has got a fan base that'll follow him anyway. But I think the dreams of being a British heavyweight champion, those dreams are a bit far away at this moment in time. A little bit out of reach at this moment in time. I'm not going to say he can't get better, because he can go away, come back with a better performance next time, and we'll all be sitting here like we have with Ben Whittaker saying, "Oh, what do you think Johnny Fisher does with this person now?" So the performance, it wasn't the ideal comeback fight for him. It wasn't performance, should I say? It wasn't the ideal performance. He got out of it. He got the win. He moves on to the next. Hopefully, he puts on a better performance and learns a bit more. But his chin is very suspect. And at the heavyweight division, you can't be struggling with a chin at the level.
It's not just the chin; it's also the way you recover in the same space as well, which we've seen with like to Terry Harper. You can get to those levels, and if you cannot recover, you're going to struggle.
Yep.
But he's only 26. He can rebuild. Beatrice Ferreira versus Elise Turan. Now, CJ, we had this on the phone. I would like to test, and I want to see if Turan's got a dick.
Repeat what you text.
I want to see if she's got a dick.
Don't repeat it. Do not repeat what you text.
She is an animal. She is a main Khalif in the Olympics. She is brutal, man. Like, fucking hell. She was swinging for the fences.
This girl had no defense, all offense. Like,
no.
Her trainer must have just said to her, "Don't worry about punches.
Swing.
She can't hit you. She can't hit you if she hasn't got a chance to punch." So
no, man.
Swing.
Swing.
I expected her to gas out. I expected her to gas out. I really expected her to gas out and Beatrice to start picking her apart. But I don't know how she managed to still carry power. The amount of shots she missed, and it's not even only like you're missing shot. they were heavy shots she was throwing. She was swinging herself around as she was missing certain shots.
Yeah.
So that shows how hard she was swinging. So imagine getting hit by him, and she just didn't get a chance to throw back. She was swarmed, she was beat up, and that was it.
Turam reminds me of watching Wilder back in the day, of those swings that come in.
Yeah.
Firstly, man, I mean, Beatrice is a fantastic fighter, man. Really well schooled, quality in the ring. I speak firsthand. Eric, you've been in the ring. Ricky, you've been in the ring. I'm sure half of our viewers have either boxed or have been around the sport. Okay, I've been involved in boxing since I was young. Your worst spars, by a long shot, are when someone comes at you swinging fucking windmills because you cannot box them.
You're expecting a boxing. You're expecting to be sparring or fighting a boxer like traditional. Hands up. Let's see your pattern. I want to see your pattern. Let's see what we're working with. It's like play. I tell you what it is. It's like playing football against somebody who don't know how to play football, who can't tackle, but they won't leave you alone. For some reason, your ability, you can take this person on at least 5 times, but for some reason they're still next to you trying to tackle you, and you're like, bro, go away. I've megged you 3 times. I've done this, but you just won't leave me alone.
The thing is, as well, with it, like, I think it was like the second and the third round, Siege, like Frazer seemed to recover and boxed quite well, and probably maybe even picked up a couple of rounds. And then Turan, again, windmilling in, just decimated her. Go on, Siege, finish what you're going to say.
Who is going to want to fight her? She's not lucky. That's the wrong word to use. She's boxed for them belts and she's won it no matter how bad or ugly the performance looked. She has got dynamite in her hands. She's reckless in the ring, which makes for fantastic fighting because they do not care when you put them in there. I don't think she'll be fazed by anybody. I know one of the comments here, there it's on the screen, saying Caroline Savers. But she is not going to show Caroline Dubois any respect. Right, no. I was live for Royal Albert Hall. I was live at the Royal Albert Hall with Claire for that all-female card. When Bodhi Minshin came, right? Bodhi Minshin came to fight. She came to fight and she was shit hot. She put it on Caroline's chest and she sat there and she swung. And every time Caroline landed big shots, she shook her head like a cartoon character and just got straight back in there, right? If
just a quick question, CJ, 1 second before you finish that. Caroline's performance against Bomi Reshin, would Turam beat that Caroline? Because that's what Ricky asked me about. But actually, would that because Caroline gassed? Remember,
Caroline gassed.
Don't like gassed. So
if I'm telling you now, right? Any female and that Elif puts it on them, I think fucking any male in that division and Elif puts it on them.
Fucking me.
She is the possibility to knock them out. What did I can't remember who said it. Wilder of Fury's got 12 rounds to box Wilder's head off, right? Wilder needs 1 second. Elif is exactly that, right? Now she has the world titles. I think people are going to avoid her. But if she didn't win last the weekend, nobody would fight her in their right fucking mind because she is the highest risk. She is the highest risk in that division. I'm excited to see her again.
Yeah. The thing is, Caroline Dubois ain't going near Turam. There's no need for it. You've just signed with MVP. There's Alicia Baumgardner there, which is a big fight. There's so many names at MVP that she can fight. The problem Eddie has now with Turam is she's a world champion. You can't force anybody to fight her.
No.
You cannot force anyone to fight her because she's a world champion. There's no mandate. Unless the IBF decides to team up with the WBC and and order a unification, no one can force him to fight her. So Eddie's got a tough job on his hand because he's got an absolute killer there. But unfortunately, it's somebody that nobody knows. Absolutely nobody knows her. And these girls who have a profile, who have a belt, ain't going to want to really risk that to fight him unless it makes money. Unless it makes sense, sorry.
The fucking bollocks on that Alif, man. Those big peachy bollocks. Because
big balls that she's got.
These fucking hell, what a fight. I mean, I was well excited for that, man. I mean, she cannot box for toffee, but she is as hard as a coffin nail.
She can fight. She can fight.
Oh, she can fight.
Anyway, main event. Is that main event next? Oh,
it's the main event, boys. One we've been waiting for. Shabaz Masoud versus Pete McGrail. I scored this fight early rounds. I think I had the first round to Shabaz, the second and the third to Pete McGrail. I thought this was a very back and forth fight, lads. I thought Shabaz in certain areas of the fight looked really well boxing. Them uppercuts that he were landing as Pete McGrail kept dipping. It was timing that uppercut perfectly at times, and it was picturesque. It was some really great uppercuts. Now, Pete McGrail's movement, his work rate all the way through all the 12 rounds, I thought were really impressive. His movement early in the fight, we were hopping and skipping, reminded me a little bit of Hatton. When Hatton used to move like that, but without as much ferocity. I scored this fight to Shabaz. I thought Shabaz won it. I do think Shabaz should have been deducted a point in the 12th round for a punch to the back of the head, which is what Peter McGrail was deducted, I think, in the 10th round, 9th round.
Yeah, that was
something similar.
That was more
not as obvious. Now that would have closed up 2 rounds.
Peter McGrail was warned a few times for that.
Yeah, he were
before he got the point. I know Shabaz's was. It was clear cut. It was clear cut.
It was too clear for my liking.
No, for me, that's a hard warning. That if you've not been warned at all in the fight, it's an hard warning, especially in a close fight like that. For the referee just to take a point to even things up when McGrail had plenty of opportunities. Not, you know what I mean? He had plenty of warnings of low blows and about behind the head shots. So, but to take a point off Shabaz, I know it was egregious. I thought it was a bad fight. I thought it was stupid more so than dangerous. I thought it was really stupid from him.
What really impressed me throughout that fight was how Shabaz could pick his punches and his shots, but also the way he could switch so naturally between southpaw and orthodox. I thought we were able to do that, move around.
You're taking my talking points.
I thought we were able to move around so elegantly, switching as he did. Peter McGrail, though, great. This was a great fight, guys. I thought the styles gelled so well, and any other night could have gone any other way. These two guys will fight, and it will be an entertaining fight each time. Pete McGrail can hang his head high for me, and come again. If you do think you were robbed, then it's something that they can revisit. But I thought the right person won the fight, and I was entertained and enjoyed it a lot.
I think the commentary on that whole card was the worst part of that card. The card itself was actually good. Matchups, good fights. Every fight was entertaining. What I watched. CJ's going to be 2 minutes. He decided to put his headphones on the camera light, but nice one, CJ.
Like fucking antenna, like a little ant watching fucking screen.
I know. Let me see if I can do just me and you for now. Can you just put us two up?
There you go.
All right. Well, for me, the first 3 rounds I gave to McGrail. The first round was really close. Really close round. After the 3rd round, Masoud started to come into the fight. I thought Masoud, he made an adjustment, like you mentioned, Ricky, when switching. That's when he first started to switch, I think the 4th round. He made an adjustment of when he was retreating, instead of fully retreating, which is what he was doing in like the second and the third round, sorry, he was getting caught. He was getting caught as he was pulling back. And he made an adjustment to, instead of pulling back, to switch stance, to switch to orthodox as he's pulling back and throw a counter shot. I say counter shot. He'd switch and throw the left before McGrail could throw the overhand right. And it was a perfect move. He must have used it 4 or 5 times, and every single time he landed clean. Like you said, it was the commentary. Tony Bell used scorecards. I don't understand what they was watching. It felt like the commentary wanted McGrail to do more than what he was actually doing, and they were sort of taking credit away from Masoud for boxing on the back foot. Yeah, they were taking credit away from Masoud for boxing on the back foot because he wouldn't trade with, he wasn't standing and trading with McGrail, which I didn't like. I thought it was a bad taste. Like you said, Ricky, I thought the fight was close. I scored it 114-113 to Masoud. That's how close it was. The point deduction for me made it that way. I think if McGrail didn't get the point deduction, it's a draw.
We've lost.
Yeah, it was a really. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we've got you back, brother. We've got you back. The what I found strange was we end. It's a close fight, right? And regardless of commentary, I did find this strange anyway. To be fair, I did turn the commentary down because as much as I like Sonny Edwards as a boxer, a commentator, when I've seen him ringside, it can sometimes really annoy the life out of me when he's shouting and he gets really excited for stuff. Especially when one punch lands, he's like, "Oh!" And I just think, fucking calm down, son. But no, what I found strange was when it got to like the championship rounds, as we call them, Shabaz Masoud took his foot completely off the gas, and he gave, for me, those 2 rounds away. He looked like, whether it were tiredness, exhaustion, or what, I don't know, but for whatever reason, he must have been confident to give those away.
He felt McGrail was frustrated. I think he could feel McGrail was frustrated and was missing. So it was kind of let me win over the judges and the crowd at this point, because for like 3-4 rounds, McGrail was just missing, and Masoud was just piecing him up. And like you said, he did take his foot off the last 2 rounds, and that's why I've got it so close. Because he allowed McGrail to get back into it.
Allowed him to come back.
Yeah, he allowed McGrail to get back into it. I think had he have kept doing what he did in the 9th and the 10th round, just boxing, keep using your hands. He stopped punching in the 12th round. It was like he was just holding. He just wanted to hold for it. I'm not sure why he did that, but a good fight. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch. I don't think Masoud's gonna give a rematch because he wants to move up. He said he's tight at the weight. McGrail, that's his 2nd loss, so there's going to be a little bit of rebuilding with McGrail. I don't think it was a bad performance. I do think he did too much movement in the first 3 rounds. Maybe he was so on it on the first 3 rounds. I feel like he thought he could get Masoud out of there, and when he didn't, there was no plan B. There wasn't a plan B, and he only ended up getting back into the fight because Masoud stopped doing what he was doing. So there'll be a little bit more rebuilding for McGrail, because I'm not sure how he's going to do it with the 2 losses he's got. Because both these guys, I don't think he should have. The perception was he shouldn't have been losing to him.
CJ, how do you think McGrail rebuilds? Do you think he can rebuild? Where do you think Shabaz goes from here?
Yeah, Shabaz. It was a great fight. It was a throwback fight. Really, really enjoyed it. I don't think they'll run it back. Like Ez says, he's definitely moving on up or planning to. I don't think he needs to run it back either for himself. It's a risk. He only let McGrail in through himself, didn't he? Like you say, he stepped off the gas potentially threatening a loss for himself for that. So he needs to learn from that moving forward. McGrail, what is his level? You know, he obviously had a fantastic fight and it was very equal, but when it's mattered, once again, he hasn't come on top. I think in the comments there, I can't fucking do them. I'm on child lock, guys.
He needs to be.
I'm on fucking child lock, guys. I'm 30 years old and they don't let me fucking. Anyway, there's one up there where it says Shabaz Masoud to fight the winner of, and I think that's probably where we're looking with it. I was impressed by him. I was really looking forward to him because, truthfully, I haven't seen too much of him. So I was impressed by him. I'm excited to now watch him again. McGrail, I really don't know what the promoter or his team, I don't know where they would put him forward for, if I'm being honest. Because he's now got to rack up another set of wins to get back up to that level, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, exactly that. I just want to reply to a comment by Jack. It's not that I don't rate him on the comms. I think he's very intelligent, and I think his boxing knowledge is very, very, very good. He does things that annoy me, and that's just it. I've been at the media. I've been the media sections. Eric can probably vouch for this. The guy does not shut up shouting all night. He just shouts and screams all night. You can't hear it on the TV, and then on the commentators, it's probably a bit more dwindled down. But if you're sat near him, he does not stop.
The thing is with Sonny on comms is the way when he started on comms, he was like Polly Malignaggi. He was raw and uncut. He'd be honest, a bit like Dave Allen is now when they put a mic in front of him. I'm honest. I say what I say, and I say what I mean. Sonny now has watered that down. And was it you, CJ, or was it you, Ricky, who mentioned the amount of fighters Sonny actually works with? Him commentating, him commentating. You can tell when he's not being authentic because he's trying not to be so harsh on a guy that he knows or he's close to because he works with them or works with them. It's so frustrating. The whole card, the A side got all the treatment, and no matter what the B side did, it was sort of a bit downplayed. It was always spoke about. They need to stop going to Tony Bellew for his bloody scorecard as well. Scorecard, I'm fed up of seeing his scorecard is as bad as Chris Mannix in America at the moment. I'm fed up of seeing his fucking scorecards. His scorecards are fucking wine. Him and Cal Frampton watch the first round of a fight and they fill the rest of the scorecard in. That's it. I swear to God, because he's literally every round he goes, Peter McGrail, Peter McGrail, Peter McGrail, Peter McGrail, Peter McGrail. I was like, what are you watching? Am I blind?
I'll tell you what as well. Take his scoring out of it. He's one miserable looking cunt, isn't he?
Oh, he is a miserable.
He looks like he's had a fortnight in jail before he comes to every single boxing show. He's one miserable bastard these days.
Is it Evertonian though, isn't it? They don't do too well.
I thought it was supposed to be Anthony Bellew now, and no one was ever going to see him again.
Yeah. Well, that didn't last fucking long, did it? But boys, before we sign off, obviously we've reached the end of our tenure of what we were going to discuss. I just want a big shout out. There's a show this Friday. CJ's in the away corner, so he's a scumbag. But Gideon Anabar, who was on our show a few weeks ago, he's fighting in his second. Maybe in his second fight, CJ is going to be in the away corner. I just don't know what he's thinking. But good luck to Gideon on that. I hope he does well. And in both his opponent, him and his opponent come out healthy. But also, Jimmy Joe Flint is back, boys, in a 4-rounder from his injury. We've got Red Johnson, who was going to be a future guest on this show, in his 10th professional fight. And he is one to watch. He trains down at the Ingle gym. And again, he can switch very naturally and boxes really well. And in the main event, we've got Conor and the Barbarian Murray, who CJ has been in the corner of previously and now is in the corner against him. Makes sense. Against Sam Sermon. Some good fights on there, boys. Some good local talent.
Can I just stick up for myself and say that I'm the house second? I'm not like in the rival camp. I will be in the fucking away corner all night long. And most of the fighters in the home corner, I have been in their corner at some point. I'm not just a turncoat. I'm not just a shit house.
For money, he sells his ass.
Oh, I do, but that's private. I've got. I do have. We've had over 100 comments tonight. So while you're all still here, I just want to say it was a little. We were supposed to have a special guest tonight, who hasn't made it for whatever reason, but we've still had a fantastic show. I want to say I've sent a lot of messages and spoken to a lot of boxers, trainers, coaches.
Oh yeah, shit, yeah.
A lot of people have turned us down to come on. A lot of people haven't responded. Some people have let us down quite last minute at times. I just want to say to you all that when we do reach the heights of like Boxing Hub or IFL or anything like that, because we will, because we're having a good laugh, people like it, there's a lot of good conversation. Don't fucking ask to be on our show when we get to that stage. That's what I'm going to say to you, because it ain't going to fucking happen. All right, we're on the rise.
Get free strikes. But also, red corner, yeah, Maxi Hughes is out as well against the unbeaten Bahadar something, I think. I can't remember his name. 11-0, but I've got Maxi for the win for that one. I think Maxi will do him on points. Max is a great boxer, great experience. We've met him. My wife speaks to his wife, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it all, boys. It's a good weekend of boxing for the local guys. Also, next week, tune in because it's a Christmas special. These guys don't want to do it, but we're going to do it. CJ's not a fucking Scrooge, but we're going to... I've got some things to start. These guys don't know about yet as well, so there's going to be a bit of a laugh on there.
Yeah, and by the way, before we go, just know that I topped the prediction league this week and just gone. I got the highest score.
18 points. Told you so. I told you so.
Is that 2 weeks in a row?
No, I don't know if Trey got it last week, the week before.
I think it's two weeks in a row.
Fucking, what a load of shite.
Well, don't forget as well, if you're on the league, get your predictions in tomorrow because the fights are on tomorrow.
Yeah, by the way, Dan, I just want to say live on air, when Jake Paul versus AJ comes up on the prediction league, I don't want to see you put AJ down to win because all this Paul has a chance. You are not allowed to pick AJ in this fight.
No, can he fuck?
You are not allowed to pick AJ.
No.
You stick with Jake Paul.
This is Dan. This is
Dan. Bye.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm going for AJ now, guys.
Nah, you know what? Today we didn't end up with the interview we was looking forward to. It's been a good show, boys, and thank you to everyone, new and old, tuning in. Please like the video, share the video, and come back next week. We'll be here.
Do you know what that reminded me of? Do you remember? Do you remember Little Britain where he goes, "We write the theme tune, sing the theme tune."
God. On that note, we're out. We'll see you next week, peace.
Out, one glove high, one dream loud, no doubt. Crossroads boxing from Yorkshire. Turn the lights up, turn the mics on. Fighter interviews, keep your guard up. When the truth